So thus leads us on to, of course, Golden Demon 2023. I've taken a very small selection of models, and all winners, should I add. I did record on my camera. I didn't take a single photo, irrespective of phone or not. But, so I haven't had a chance to look. And I'm looking forward actually to looking at that content. But for now, I'm just going to talk about like 7 entries, not including my own. I do not believe Daniel Swart. I spoke to you, Daniel. If you're watching, maybe you don't, maybe you do. I don't know. I wouldn't say at great length. I'd say we had a good, hearty conversation with myself and Lionel, and then myself and Lucas from France, Games Workshop store manager, who I know. But yeah, I was very impressed. Mostly, actually, about the way you spoke about wanting to learn. This is before I'd seen your piece that you were talking about it, and you were saying that you ideally you don't want to watch too many tutorials and lessons if it influences your style, and you have a distinct style at the moment, which I think is commendable because it's not an easy road. I think that obviously if you get stuck on a specific thing, you can always ask for help from artists. But wanting and identifying that you've got a style, that you want to keep that style, I thoroughly implore you to do that. And I think learning by yourself, is it the best thing? Yeah, well, I think you probably learn more and retain more. And obviously everyone does lessons and learns from each other. But once you have your style, you have your style, right? And not being too influenced by others, I think is good. Because then, you know, you can tell the artist who learnt from people and they don't have as much a style as people who have just fucking ad-libbed it. But your piece, shit, yeah, I like it. For obvious reasons. And I think you'll deserve it gold. I think that you're easily going to compete going forward. Because a year's a long time. It really is. And you'll be 16, you little old shite. You will be. And it was lovely to meet you. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you can produce in the future. Boosh. Aha. Maxime. Whippersnapper. This is in hand, obviously, at the end of the show. All the guys get together, they touch each other's dicks, and they tell each other how much they love each other. Basically, that's what happens in the after party. And seeing this, there were no women, I don't think any women won. Because then she'd be touching their dick, and that's sexual assault. Whereas touching other dicks, I think it's fine. When you've got your own dick. Sorry. When you've got a dick touching someone else's dick, I think it's fine. Anyway, where is the point here? This model, I think until I held it in hand, only seeing photos over WhatsApp or on a projector didn't quite convey the tightness, as it were, of this piece. It's weird when you see a piece kind of shrunk down. Like it could be 30% larger and it would be a tight model. So when you condense it, it gives you, honestly looking at it now, even like it gives you slight joy. I obviously hate the fact that it's chaos. No part of me enjoys that whatsoever. But I like the feeling it actually gives me from it being so small and so well painted. Hopefully this photo of it in my fingers can really give you some real perspective, as it were. You know, that's what I hope anyway. 'Tis what I hope. Accolades and all that. I understand why everybody was talking about it a lot more when I saw it in person, because you just don't get the right feeling for it. Oh look, okay, look, looks kind of big there. That could be a little big model. Here, do you know what I mean? It's fucking it's tight. It's like fucking lines and shit. Whereas here, meh, yeah. Which is weird because this is taken with a phone, but this has got fucking bright lightning. Here, yeah. Ooh, here, meh. Well, I actually meant to go back to continue doing the yeah. Ooh. you know. But I went to Arnau. Arnau, my good friend, Padiguan. I didn't really know if that's the right pronunciation. Actually, I've got a list here. Did I do anything on the list? Check artwork, send artwork, send. Shit, I didn't do any of it. I did one thing on my list of things to do. So it's not very good. Anyway, Arnau. Beautiful. Wow, bit of a cough. Should have had some water. It's frustrating actually you can't see the other angle of this, because when you do the 360, I think like the piece is inspiring here, right? Some madman tries to do fire on a 28mm on the whole piece. Then you switch it around and you have the OSL from the plasma shooting that guy, and all the other guys have that on them as well. So yeah, I can understand why it got gold, for all the doubting that we were doing because of last year internally. When you think about what you've achieved and the whole fact that you had like, I don't know, 8 models, 9 models, all with fire on them, it's fucking mental actually what you've done. And I'll be sad to not see it in your cabinet anymore. And the conversion is there as well. I suspect people who know that guy, I think it's Dante, will know, yeah, where those conversions are and the difficulty of having them. But it's a true diorama, isn't it? Really, in a great way. I still can't believe he survives this. Like that buffs me out actually. So thank you for winning gold, you little. I was gonna say something rude. Yeah, I don't know the person who did this, but I really, really liked it. I liked it for multiple reasons. It inspires Oldhammer in a way. The trees are fucking brilliant. Like, they couldn't be more realistic unless they were more realistic, and then obviously they would be. I like the fact that the trolls are there. I think they're converted. They're cheeky little gits, and then you've got the squigs. So, and the green grass and the moss. Like, I think everything here that you've done, whoever you are, I didn't even realize I had gold. As in, I just pulled it out because I knew I liked it. Everything there is like where I'd like to be from a purely enjoyment perspective, right? Like, not that I want to be able to paint this way or do the bases, but yeah, like that freedom to sort of create what you want. I think that's where I'm excited to get, and this inspires me to say that if I give up everything in my life, I'll be able to get there. Juan Diaz again. You come up. This was bronze, sorry, in Sigma, and I didn't realize when I saw this that this was actually the Young Bloods category. So I think that says a lot about the quality of it, because it's, I think, extremely high quality, like extremely high. OSL flying around, really well rendered, balls in my mouth. It's good, and I'm like thrilled that there is so much talent in the Young Bloods thing. And when I say so much talent, like 7, because I didn't get to look at the cabinet again, which is extremely frustrating. And I think there were 7 commended, which is why I said 7. So yeah, I would have liked to see this from the other angles actually, but I didn't. But it's great. Yeah, David Arroba. It's me, David. I'm a robber. I come from Spain. By the way, that's not how his voice sounds. So that wasn't me doing a satirical look at his voice. That was just me doing a voice. It happened to be Spanish, and it happened to be David's. Yeah, the piece is obviously great. I'm extremely jealous of the model. I wish all you guys who did these private fucking things would just let me buy a copy. I wish you'd even do a copy, but you don't. I'm not saying you're selfish, because you're all selfish, but you are all selfish. And I think it's a great rendition. Obviously, right, it got gold in Open. I don't know if Open's the hardest category. Sorry, that was an itch, by the way. That wasn't a bogey. That's an interesting question. I suppose... Wow, actually, it's getting harder. Seems to be weaker in the past. But obviously, yeah, the single mini must be the hardest, right? People seem to put their balls and their mouths into that category. But yeah, I love this. I think it's see it in person, again, frustratingly, but it's a lot bigger than this looks. It's like the size of a head. I don't really get you, David, how you can paint. Oh, all the good painters can paint. I don't really get it. Do not get it. And obviously, Albert I mean, I've said a lot of things to your face about this model. And I said it was my favourite that he's done in modern memory, right? Like the anticipation when he was doing the base and the model. He did the model first, and then he painted the base last, right? And seeing the model, like I just couldn't wait for it to go on that base to see like what it would look like. And then the base was finished and the model was finished, and you just know. And I can't remember when you showed me. I remember thinking, you bastard, how could you show someone else before me? But it fit together so nicely, and it's still like as I could look at it for a lot longer than you'd let me, because you kept making me put it away because my fingers would get too close. Um, but it's the piece that I could look at for a really long time. There's so much going on, and it's so fucking small. And I implore anyone to come up with where the parts are from. I think that would be a fun game for anybody to actually do. And I would enjoy seeing a compiled list of it. It's breathtaking, truth be told, and it's elf, so it's ticking a lot of boxes for me. But it really is a staggering piece. I think you've got. No, you don't. I was going to say I thought I had Maxine's next. You could side by side them. Yeah, I mean, everyone's done accolades on it, right? Suck a dick, basically. It's a good thing. Normally I hate Chaos, but I actually thought it was well done. So somehow I think Chaos isn't wearing off at me. I don't love them, but I did like this piece still. I think probably the paint job is quite smooth. And then Youngbloods, and that is it. That is my 12 minutes. Extremely brief, extremely boring. If you don't like what I had to say, there were no real anecdotes in this, were there? It's just a bloke in a mirror. It's a weird mirror. It's on my computer, right? That's it. I love you. Bye.